Okay, so I am here near the casino down there, Petersburg Street. I've got the bog here, and I'm trying to find this homeless woman that I ran into the other night when I got back from Kaipoi on the bus and got off too early in the evening, and because I'm around quite a bit these days and I'm not street homeless proper yet, but tomorrow night I'm going to be again. I'm just sort of, it's not like I'm attuned to seeing new people in the street like Josh, the outreach worker, city missioners, but and the caveat is that of course I've got no character judgment, so I don't know if people are scamming or whatnot, but there are people who seem to be noobs like me, but I know she had like nothing. She was sitting on a just one of those like, hi.
What are you trying to get to?
Oh, I'm trying to find this homeless woman.
Oh, I don't know where she would be.
No, it's just that I saw her here the other night and I said I'd come back, but I got hopelessly fucking lost. And I'm just sort of wandering on here, like I knew it was near the casino, but I didn't know, so I came back and it was just too late, but I got some stuff for her. And I know she was sitting next to a pillar, so I'm just going to have a wander around and see.
I've just come from down that way.
Yeah.
Papal Road kind of thing, and I didn't see any homeless people down there.
Yeah.
What is the time? Normally they go for lunch, don't they go to the mission.
Yeah, some do, some don't. Some people don't like it, the mission.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, a lot of guys, I think the city mission's really good, but a lot of men do not like the city mission, and they do not like it's not the Salvation, is it the Salvation Army?
Yeah, Salvation Army.
Yeah, they really don't like it there because there's a lot
They
of...
run the mission, I think. I think the Salvation Army run it. Or the city mission runs it.
The diocese runs the...
Because there's two of them in there. There's one's the city mission and one's the Salvation Army.
Yeah, city mission I think is separate, and it's owned by the diocese or something or other.
So they don't...
I think they're separate entities. And the Salvation Army has a lot of accommodation for men, which is great, because finally someone recognises that men are the majority of the homeless, not the women.
Yeah, well, the women normally get the house and the kids, and the man gets
what
the door kind of thing.
What I mean is, if there are women on the street,
they get first priority.
They generally have more shelters to go to.
Yes.
I'm not saying they've kept the house; they're obviously not, because they're on the
But
street.
normally the men.
But women, I heard this really great quote that said, because I'm anti-feminist because I'm not anti-equality. I'm I'm anti-feminist because I'm pro-equality.
Yes.
And feminists don't notice. They only notice the CEOs. They don't notice the sewer workers and the homeless people. Yeah. And so I actually saw this thing on, it was like a meme or whatever on the internet, and it was taken, it was a photograph of a news article.
Uh-huh.
It was absolutely outrageous. It was a very feminist, like, let's protect women, and it had this infographic where there were 4 people and 3 of them were different colour, and they had skirts, and it said, they had trousers, and one of them had a skirt, and she was highlighted, and it said 1 out of 4 people are homeless people are women. Like, that was supposed to shock us. Poor women. And it's like, you've literally just said that 75% of homeless are men, you drips.
Yeah. There's 3 to 1 on the photo.
All they can see is women.
Yeah, exactly.
Seriously.
Yeah.
And so I like that the Salvation Army recognises that men get the raw end of the deal more. men on average, but the averages don't account
Yes.
for the outliers.
The
CEOs and the drain layers,
Yes.
those are very, I shouldn't say drain layers. That's very well paid, but the sewer workers.
Yes.
Those are outliers.
Yes.
But if you look at the sort of the average man, yes, he gets more respect than the average woman.
Yep.
But the average woman gets more love and care.
Yes. Yes.
So I've hugged so many homeless men on the street because everybody fucking gives them so much shit and they just get hatred.
Yeah, because why are you not working? Get a fucking job. Yeah, that's what they say.
Well, I don't know.
Half them can't get a job.
They're just not cute and endearing.
Exactly.
Like women are designed to be evolutionary.
Yes, but there's a woman on the street and a man on the street. The woman will get more given to her than what the man will.
That's right.
They all go to the woman and give her money, and the man they're going, oh, he's an elk, he's Brazilian.
Whatever reason, I think they just, to be without, like there are so many complex reasons for it, but I think we're evolutionarily, as a species, focused on keeping women safe because women breed, and they can be very vulnerable, and it's not a political issue, it's biological, but on the personal level, it doesn't matter that it's biological. The fact is that men are not trusted, they're not liked. If you see a man on the street, you feel more intimidated, you feel that he can take care of himself.
Well, over the last probably 10, 20 years, I think women have probably had more affairs than what men have out of marriage. Where 20 years before that, men were always the one who were running loose. Now the women have got so much opportunity now, so much everything given to them now that they can do what they want. It's virtually they can do what they want.
Pro-female sexism is institutionalised in our government.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you want to use lefty speak, it's institutional oppression.
Yes.
Yeah,
it is really. And I know women that had it hard for a long, long time back in the 50s and 60s. My dad was an alcoholic, and he'd go to the pub every night. But then he'd come home and give my mum a hiding. That was how it was.
Yeah.
Now, that was in the 70s. Now, women are working now. They're independent now. They're not home with 7 kids.
And you don't have to get married with any sense of commitment because you can get divorced and then go, whatever.
Excellent.
But I don't think, what I really want is for us to stop. And I'm not saying you're doing this, but I just want to stop the fucking West pitting men and women against each other like it's a contest. We are a breeding pair.
Yeah.
We cannot move forward if we're at war with each other.
But the problem is, I think society's given women more opportunity today, and they've taken it with both hands. And then now the men are starting to feel a wee bit, I ain't got much say in this relationship anymore.
Well,
which is virtually reversed what it used to be.
I think that there's a lot of women who are very much pro men's rights.
Yes.
But what happens to us is that we get, when feminists say we want to amplify women's voices, and then the women who say, actually, I think that I get a really good deal in life and I feel sorry for men, then all of a sudden we don't count and our voices don't get amplified. Because your voices, women's opinions count only if they're feminist opinions. And there are plenty of feminist men. Those are the ones who are fucking screwing men over in family court. Most of those judges are men. And they're just operating under this sort of matriarchal legal structure. And
which has been there for 100 odd years.
And so yes, it is geared towards women, but men are geared towards women. Everyone's geared towards women. And and the thing is, I'm just trying to see people as individuals. Who is in need? Let's not turn it into a gender-based thing. Who is in need? It's like race relations. Don't give to people who need it, not based on some demographic category. And this chick was sitting, I think she was reasonably new on the street. She was just sitting on like one of those little $8 polar fleece sort of things, and she would because it was concrete's cold, and she was alternating by putting it over her shoulders, and it's just like, you poor thing, she's freezing cold. All she wanted was some clothes. And she wasn't asking for money, she wasn't asking for cigarettes, she just wanted clothes. And I came back and I couldn't find her, so I am. But I just think that we've just got to look after people who are in need.
Well, I think we've gone away from looking after each other.
We really,
They've
really
lost
have.
that need of of caring for people. We don't care anymore. No one gives a stuff anymore.
Do you know why?
It's
Do you know why? Because the lefties in the 60s, and my parents, because I came from Wellington, they were, that's a very activist,
Yes.
sort of city and university. My parents, and 25-year-olds don't know what the fuck they're doing. They're picketing for this right
Yes,
and that
yeah.
right, and not thinking about the consequences. And so that's what we're seeing now. And so instead of people having that old-fashioned, because right-wing people, I'm not thoroughly right-wing, but I
Yes.
tend to, that's more where I'd identify, is that right-wing people tend to earn less on average.
Yes.
We're not rich,
Yep.
and we are much more charitable with our money.
That's because we have none, and we give to people who are worse off than we do.
And it's often in the, even if you're not religious, it's often in a church congregation
Yes.
or a community centre,
Yes.
and you can look someone in the eye when you,
Yes.
And what happened is that the lefties intervened and wanted the government to intercept the charity and then decide where it went, and all of a sudden there is no gratitude because it's like road rage. There is no
Yes.
person behind what you're receiving.
Yeah.
And it's when we're no longer looking each other in the face with sympathy or with gratitude. And a lot of us libertarian right kind of side people, we are getting pretty jaded by having our values trashed,
Yes.
when our values are better, because there is nothing kind about giving away other people's money. There is only kindness. And you know what we do? We give more blood, we give
Yep.
more labour time,
I think I've been a blood. I give plasma now. I gave blood for 30 years.
Exactly.
And now I give plasma, which is yellow stuff.
Lefties just vote people in who pledge to do that. And they go, well, I'm such a nice person. It's just like, why don't you go and put your money where your mouth is?
Yes, yeah.
Anyway, because I just started filming a video diary, so our conversation's been on a record. I haven't identified you. You haven't given your name. I've only got a tiny YouTube channel, but I'm just shocked by what's happening, and I just like to record little things. Are you happy for? I mean, I'm not breaking any law by posting it.
Yeah.
Do you want to go? Do you want to say hi to the camera?
Where is the camera?
Oh, it's just my phone. It's just my phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to if you don't want to. Here's this lovely gentleman.
How are you, mate?
Yeah, so we've been having a good talk, and I think that covers my opinion on what's going on. And my name's Caitlin.
Lovely, Caitlin. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
You take care, mate.
You take care too.
yourself.
I will
Okay,
do.
mate.
Thank you.